Hello everyone and welcome back to our channel. Before continuing, please review the legal disclaimer provided in the comments section of this video and make sure to see the video till the end to get a full understanding of how it all works. On this channel, we share practical guidance on visa processes, immigration pathways, investment and citizenship options, and related topics to help you make informed decisions. If you are unsure about your visa options or planning your next step, consider subscribing and enabling notifications so you stay updated with the latest developments. Imagine this. You finally decide to visit Turkey, Istanbul, Cappadocia, Pamukkale, Antalya, Bodrum, the Blue Mosque, the Grand Bazaar, hot air balloons at sunrise, Mediterranean beaches, ancient ruins, luxury resorts, street food, Turkish tea, one of the most fascinating crossroads between Europe and Asia. You start planning your dream trip. Flights, hotels, tours, photos, shopping, experiences. Then suddenly, visa confusion, rejected application, airport problems, or even denied boarding before your flight. And here is the shocking truth. Most Turkey tourist visa problems happen because of avoidable mistakes. Not because people were poor, not because they lacked travel history, not because they came from the wrong country, but because they misunderstood how Turkey actually evaluates tourist visa applications and entry permissions. And in this complete masterclass, you are going to learn everything. Not from a New Zealand perspective, not from one country's viewpoint, but from a true global perspective based on the latest Turkey tourist visa and e-visa procedures in 2026. In this video, we are going to cover who actually needs a Turkey tourist visa, what the Turkey e-visa really is, who qualifies for e-visas, how sticker visas work, how to prepare strong documents, how Turkey evaluates travelers, how to avoid the biggest rejection mistakes, how airport immigration works, what smart travelers do differently, and the hidden mistake that causes thousands of travelers to panic at airports every single year. Stay until the end, because there is one major misunderstanding involving e-visas, passport validity, and supporting documents that destroys huge numbers of Turkey travel plans every year. Let's begin. First, let's understand something extremely important. Turkey has one of the most traveler-friendly visa systems in the world for many nationalities, but that does not mean the process is casual. Turkey immigration authorities still evaluate travelers seriously, and travelers who make careless mistakes can face denied boarding, visa cancellation, or immigration issues upon arrival. Now let's talk about who actually needs a Turkey tourist visa. Some nationalities can enter Turkey completely visa-free for short tourist visits. Others qualify for Turkey's electronic visa system known as the e-visa. And some travelers still need to apply through Turkish embassies or consulates for regular sticker visas. This is where many people become confused immediately. They assume everyone uses the same process. Wrong. Turkey's visa rules depend heavily on nationality, passport type, and sometimes even additional supporting visas or residence permits from countries like the United States, United Kingdom, Schengen countries, or Ireland. So the very first step for every traveler is checking exactly which category applies to their passport. Never assume, because assumptions destroy trips. Now let's talk about the Turkey e-visa system. This system was introduced to simplify travel for eligible visitors and is one of the most widely used digital visa systems globally. And here is something extremely important. The e-visa is only valid for tourism and certain short business purposes. It is not for work, not for long-term residence, not for study. And here is something many travelers misunderstand. An e-visa is not a guarantee of entry. Repeat that again. An approved e-visa does not guarantee entry into Turkey. Immigration officers at airports and border checkpoints still have authority to deny entry if something appears suspicious or inconsistent. Now let's discuss one of the biggest misconceptions online. People think Turkey e-visas are automatically approved for everyone. Wrong. Eligibility depends entirely on nationality and sometimes additional conditions. For some nationalities, travelers may need valid visas or residence permits from countries like the United States, UK, Ireland, or Schengen states as supporting documents to qualify for the Turkey e-visa system. And here is something important in 2026. Because several countries have shifted toward digital immigration systems, some travelers using digital residence permits or digital visas have reported confusion during Turkey e-visa applications regarding acceptable supporting documents. This is why checking current eligibility rules directly through the official Turkey e-visa system is absolutely critical. Now let's discuss sticker visas. If your nationality is not eligible for visa-free entry or e-visa access, you may need to apply through a Turkish embassy or consulate. This process is generally more document-heavy and may require application forms, passport photographs, financial proof, hotel bookings, flight reservations, travel insurance employment evidence, invitation letters in some situations, and sometimes interviews depending on location and nationality. Now let's talk about timing. This is where smart travelers separate themselves from desperate travelers. Many people apply too late, then panic. Then make mistakes. Turkey e-visas are often processed very quickly for eligible travelers, sometimes within hours, sometimes even faster. But here is the dangerous mistake people make. They assume fast processing means they should apply at the last minute. Bad idea. Payment failures, website issues, internet problems, airline document checks, additional verification. Anything can happen. And yes, travelers regularly report technical problems with unofficial or overloaded websites. Smart travelers apply early, very early. Now let's discuss one of the biggest dangers in the Turkey visa process: fake websites and scam visa portals. This is a massive global problem. Many fake or unofficial websites imitate the official Turkey e-visa system and charge huge extra fees. Some travelers do eventually receive visas through these services. Others lose money entirely. And here is the scary part. Many fake sites look almost identical to the official system. That is why you should always use the official Turkey government e-visa portal only. Never trust random sponsored links blindly. Now let's move into the most important part of the entire process: the documents. This is where most applications either succeed or collapse. And here is the biggest truth many travelers do not realize. Turkey immigration authorities are not looking for the thickest file. They are looking for credibility and consistency. Your documents must clearly answer several major questions. Who are you? Why are you visiting Turkey? How will you support yourself financially? And will you comply with immigration rules and leave after your visit? If your documents fail to answer even one of these clearly, your risk level increases immediately. Now let's break this down step by step. First is your passport. This is one of the most important parts of the entire process. Turkey generally requires passports to remain valid for at least 6 months beyond arrival, and in some cases, additional validity rules apply depending on nationality and visa duration. And here is one of the biggest mistakes travelers make. They confuse visa validity with passport validity. Your passport validity matters enormously. If your passport is damaged, heavily worn, or contains inconsistent information, renew it before applying. Now let's discuss application details. Every single detail matters: passport numbers, names, dates of birth, travel dates. Everything must match your passport exactly. And here is something important. Once an e-visa is issued, corrections are often not possible. That means even small mistakes can create huge airport problems. Now let's discuss travel plans. This is where many travelers become unrealistic. Your itinerary does not need to look luxurious. It needs to look believable. Simple and organized always beats exaggerated and chaotic. Turkey is geographically large. Trying to visit 10 cities in 5 days makes your trip look unrealistic immediately. Now let's discuss accommodation. You should normally show where you plan to stay: hotels, resorts, rental apartments, friends, family. If someone in Turkey is inviting you, their details and relationship should be clear and believable. Now let's move to one of the biggest approval factors globally: financial proof. And here is the critical thing many travelers misunderstand. Immigration officers are not only checking whether you have money, they are checking whether your financial story makes sense. That difference changes everything. Sudden large deposits before application are major red flags. Borrowed money temporarily parked in your account often gets noticed quickly. What matters more is consistency, stable salary income, business activity, savings patterns, regular transactions, tax records. These things build credibility. The officer wants to understand your real financial life, not a temporary version created 2 weeks before applying. Now let's discuss employment proof. If you are employed, you usually provide employment letters, leave approval, and salary slips. If you own a business, business registration and company activity become important. If you are freelance or self-employed, stable professional activity matters greatly. If you are retired, pension records may help. If you are a student, enrollment documents and sponsorship evidence are often important. Everything should point toward one major message: you have strong reasons to return home. Now let's discuss travel history. Previous legal international travel can strengthen your profile significantly. If you have traveled legally to countries like Schengen Europe, the UK, United States, Canada, Japan, Singapore, or Australia, and complied with immigration rules, that may strengthen your credibility. But here's something important. No travel history does not automatically mean refusal. Strong overall credibility still matters most. Now let's discuss airport immigration. This is where many travelers become overconfident. A valid visa does not mean automatic entry. Border officers may still ask questions about hotels, return tickets, financial support, purpose of visit, length of stay. Most genuine tourists experience no issues, but preparation matters. Now let's discuss one of the biggest misunderstandings involving Turkey e-visas. Visa validity is not the same as allowed stay duration. This confuses huge numbers of travelers worldwide. Your e-visa validity period and your maximum permitted stay may be completely different. Some travelers see long validity dates and wrongly assume they can stay continuously for months. Wrong. Always check the actual stay duration rules attached to your visa. Now let's discuss one of the most important sections of this entire video: the top reasons Turkey tourist visas or entries get refused. This section alone could save your trip. Number 1 is fake documentation. This is catastrophic. Fake hotel bookings, fake bank statements, fake employment letters, fake invitations. Never do this. Number 2 is inconsistent information. Your passport details, application forms, bookings, and explanations must all align naturally. Number 3 is suspicious financial activity. Large unexplained deposits, weak banking history, temporary balances. These create serious red flags. Number 4 is using unofficial websites. This causes huge numbers of payment issues and travel problems globally. Number 5 is misunderstanding supporting document requirements. Some nationalities require additional valid visas or residence permits from certain countries to qualify for e-visas. Now, here is a major psychological insight. Immigration officers review enormous numbers of travelers every year. They become extremely skilled at spotting risk patterns quickly. Your goal is not to impress them. Your goal is to appear genuine, organized, stable, and transparent. That is what successful travelers usually look like. Now, let's discuss one important thing many travelers ignore. Turkey takes immigration compliance seriously. Overstaying, unauthorized work, false declarations, immigration fraud. These can create serious legal consequences and future travel problems. Tourist visas are for genuine tourism and temporary visits, not hidden employment or relocation plans. Now let's discuss practical approval and travel strategies experienced travelers often follow. Apply early. Use only official government systems. Keep documents organized. Use realistic travel plans. Maintain stable financial activity before applying. Avoid fake documents completely. Double-check every passport detail before submission, and never assume approval or entry is automatic. Now let's answer some common questions people ask. Can unemployed applicants get approved? Sometimes yes, especially with strong sponsorship and genuine circumstances. Can freelancers apply? Absolutely. But freelancers should demonstrate stable professional activity and financial consistency. Can students apply? Yes. But students often need sponsorship evidence and proof of continuing studies. Can previous visa refusals affect Turkey applications? Sometimes yes. But refusals do not automatically destroy future chances if earlier issues are properly addressed. Can you work in Turkey on a tourist visa? Generally, no. Unauthorized employment can create serious immigration consequences. Can tourists extend their stay? In some situations, extensions or residence options may exist, but tourist visas should never be treated like long-term residence pathways. And finally, here is the biggest truth about Turkey tourist visa approvals and successful entries. Most successful travelers are actually very ordinary, not flashy, not dramatic, not perfect, just believable, a genuine traveler with realistic plans, stable finances, clear documentation, and strong reasons to return home. That combination works again and again. So if Turkey is on your dream travel list for 2026, start preparing early, stay organized, and focus on credibility over perfection. Because one honest and well-prepared application is far more powerful than a thick folder full of random paperwork, and you have come to the right place to get all your visa applications sorted in a hassle-free and professional manner. We can help you to get the entire process done correctly and make your dream trip to any destination in the world easier than you think. Make sure to get in touch with is on our WhatsApp mobile numbers. No matter which part of the world you are in, and do subscribe, like, and share our channel to get many more interesting updates. Thank you for watching and have a safe journey. Call us now on +64 221 786 007 or +91 73786 00791.